first clip of this series, we heard about some of the benefits that reading offers us, how it can open up new worlds, how it can allow us to find out more about the world, how it helps us to connect with other lives across space and time. We also heard why reading for pleasure really matters. Our own research shows that children who enjoy reading are 3 times more likely to read above the level expected for their age than children who don't enjoy reading. From other robust studies, we have learned that children that read for enjoyment make typically more progress in terms of their maths, vocabulary, and spelling development. And we also know that children who are the most engaged with literacy have better mental well-being than the least engaged. Reading really is good for you. Now that last observation is worth lingering on. In that first video, we heard that emotions really matter, and they really do. One very important benefit that comes from fiction reading in particular, especially books with rich characters, is empathy. Reading about the lives of others can lead us to being able to make the magical leap of transportation, moving us from feeling sympathy for a character to understanding how characters might be feeling those feelings and why. And then, beyond that, taking that magical step where it's as if we've been lifted out of our everyday world and into the realm of the book, the true power of empathy. Empathy is such an important quality to develop. Studies show that the development of empathy is supportive of wider achievement in education. It's an important skill in helping us navigate the world around us and the world of work, and to problem solve, to understand why people are doing the things they're doing and how we might interact with that. And it boosts well-being. Using some of the tips from her video looking at book talk will help you to help your child to gain a deeper understanding of the characters they've read about and the situations those characters found themselves in. Find those feelings in the books, and your children will feel more deeply as they read, and that too matters. If we want our children to read, emotions are so helpful in helping to encourage them to further reading. Think back to a time when you were made to laugh or feel scared by a book or by a story you were told. Perhaps like me, you can remember that feeling of frustration when your teacher, in my case, Mrs. Jessup, ended story time on a cliffhanger and the whole class felt that frustration of having to wait for at least a good 24 hours before we could be put out of our misery. That feeling of impatience and a desire to know is why those memories are still so vivid today. I can also really remember the comfort of my mum reading a particular book, Tawny Scrawny Lion, to me every time I was feeling particularly poorly. Really precious memories that I hold on to quite dearly, and you can have those with your family. Memories of laughter, happiness, little dashes of fear, little dashes of tension, a good dose of wonder. All of those emotions helping to play that part in helping your child find the reading bug. Now that's important for us to just dwell on for a moment, why emotions matter in that regard. It's important because we just can't persuade a child to love reading or to read of their own volition on the basis that it's good for them. That won't work. And we can't tell them this will help them find the job of their dreams when they're older. It's too far into the distance for it to really be an effective way of persuading a child. We need them to remember that reading has that power of taking you away from whatever you're dealing with in the everyday world. You can feel every emotion under the sun, and when you're doing that, you're making memories. So over to you. Let's get cracking on making some really special reading memories. By following some of the tips we've shared, by exploring a great range of books from school, library or local bookshop if you're lucky enough to have one, you'll be making precious memories for you and your family for years to come. So all I've got to say now is thank you so much for taking the time to watch, listen, and once again, very, very happy reading to you all. Thank you.